Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Turkey's Clocks here with another set of NFL predictions. This time it's Week 12. So, today at 12:30, we have the Green Bay Packers taking on the Detroit Lions. I'm going with Detroit. They are 8-2 for the first time since 1962, and they have sole possession of the NFC North. They're probably going to make the playoffs pretty handily. The Lions are really good this year. As for the Packers, I really don't think they are that good, even though they did beat the Chargers. I think the Lions are going to win this game over the Packers. They'll be 9-2, and the Packers, they will be 4-7. We'll actually see a Lions win on Thanksgiving. That'll be interesting. Anyways, usually we see the Lions lose on Thanksgiving because last year they lost to the Bills. Next, today at 4:30 we have the Washington Commanders taking on the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going with Dallas. The Commanders lost to the Giants. I really don't have much respect for the Commanders. They're going to be 4-8, and the Cowboys, they're going to be 8-3. They're going to be 8-3. So the last time these two teams met on Thanksgiving, Mike McCarthy was their head coach, and Mike McCarthy's still their head coach, but he ran a fake punt on a 4th and 10. So let's hope that doesn't happen again here. This is usually the Redskins-Cowboys matchup on Thanksgiving, but, they're not the Redskins anymore, so that's what we have to deal with. So, of course, I did this prediction series before the Redskins even, changed their name. So, yeah, but I'm picking Dallas. They'll be 8-3, and the Commanders will be 4-8. The San Francisco 49ers take on the Seattle Seahawks. I'm actually going with the 49ers. They had a pretty dominant win over Tampa Bay last week. And I think the Seahawks, since they lost to the Rams, I think they'll lose to the 49ers here. It's just a tough road ahead for them. So they'll be 6-5. Probably make the wild card. But I think, as of right now, I'm picking the 49ers over the Seahawks. The 49ers, they will be 8-3, and the Seahawks will be 6-5. So the Miami Dolphins take on the New York Jets. I am on Black Friday, actually, so I'm going to pick the Dolphins over the Jets. The Dolphins just had a pretty good win against the Raiders. And the Jets, they got blown out by Buffalo last week. So I think they're plus they're they benched Zach Wilson. So, it's pretty good down in Jetland. But the Dolphins, they are 7-3, never mind. They're 7-3. So they're going to be 8-3 here, and the Jets, they will be 4-7. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers take on the Indianapolis Colts. Oh, by the way, there are no bye weeks in Week 12. Our next bye week is Week 13 and then Week 14. So, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers take on the Indianapolis Colts. I'm actually going with Indy. They've shown some promise, actually. If it was last year, I would have picked Tampa Bay. Because, the Colts kind of stunk last year. So, yeah. They've been showing some formidable, they've been showing some, it's also in Indianapolis, too, so they have the home field advantage. Tampa Bay, I think the problem with Tampa Bay is that it's the I think it's Todd Bowles' fault mainly. So plus their defense isn't really that good. So I'm gonna go with Indy here. So I'm gonna go with Indy. They'll be 6-5, and the Bucks will be 4-7. The New England Patriots take on the New York Giants. This is a tank bowl in its own right. So one of these teams has to win, and I'm going to pick the Giants to win over the Patriots. They'll be 4-8, and the Patriots will be 2-9 coming up. So it's not looking good for Bill Belichick. This could be his last year as head coach, but we'll see. I don't think the Patriots fire Bill Belichick, only because he's Bill Belichick, and So anyway, I'm going with the Giants. They'll be 4-8. And the Patriots will be 2-9. The Giants haven't had their bye week yet. It's next week. The Pittsburgh Steelers take on the Cincinnati Bengals. I'm going to go with the Steelers. Joe Burrow went down with a torn ligament in his wrist. And although the Steelers fired Matt Canada, which is actually the first time they fired a coach mid-season since 1941, which I thought was which was a really interesting stat. The last time they fired a coach, I don't even remember the last time they fired a coach. Well, they usually fire their coaches in the end of the season. They fired Randy Fichtner as their offensive coordinator in 2020, so 2021, I think that was when he was fired, because Matt Canada became the offensive coordinator in 2022. So Matt Canada's gone. Hopefully, they have an interim offensive coordinator. But I am picking the Steelers over the Bengals, even though, it's going to be Jake Browning. It's not going to be Joe Burrow slinging the ball to T. Higgins or Jamar Chase anymore. So the Bengals season is pretty much done. So the Bengals will be 5-6, and the Steelers, they will be 7-4. They'll probably make the playoffs just by a sheer margin, but I think that'll subside. I think the Steelers will probably make it because bullshit. Anyway, the Carolina Panthers take on the Tennessee Titans. This is another game of who sucks less. But I am going to go with the Tennessee Titans. They will be 4-7. The Panthers, they will be 1-10, probably eliminated from the playoff contention. They're not good. They're terrible. The Panthers are terrible this year. Frank Reich is not making the situation down there any better. Bryce Young is getting killed by that bad O-line, and it's just not been translating to the NFL level. This is not... I think I said this during the draft stream. I was like, either he's really good or he flops because his O-line is terrible. But I don't think I said that specifically, but I think I implied it because the Panthers have a history of bad O-line. Cam Irving. Anyway, but I am going with the Titans over the Panthers here. The Panthers will be 1-10, and the Titans, although they suck, if they lose to the Panthers, then that'll be the low blow. That'll be a low blow there. Just eliminate the Panthers from the playoffs at this point. So the Panthers are going to be 1-10, and the Titans, they'll be 4-7. The Jacksonville Jaguars take on the Houston Texans. I'm going with the Jaguars. The Jaguars had a pretty good win against Tennessee this past weekend, and I think, well, yeah, because, Tennessee kind of sucks. But Houston has been on a hot streak, so it was hard to make a decision based on that. So Houston's been on a hot streak, and they're 6-4. I never imagined them to be 6-4 coming into Week 12. And as for the Jaguars, they are 8-2, right? No, they're 7-3. But I think whoever wins this takes possession of first place in the division. So this is a crucial game for Jacksonville. This will put them at 8-3, and I'm picking Jacksonville anyway. So this is a crucial game for them. Jacksonville will be 8-3, and the Texans will be 6-5. But I think they'll probably make like the number 6 seed or something if they keep playing the way they are. I'm surprised the Texans haven't been eliminated yet. I'm surprised they weren't like 3-8 at this point. They're 6-4. They're 3-7. I would have never imagined that in my wildest dreams. The New Orleans Saints take on the Atlanta Falcons. I'm going with New Orleans. With the on the road upset. The New Orleans Saints currently lead the NFC shithole that is the NFC South. And the Falcons, they kind of suck. They're probably going to start Desmond Ridder again, which, is not good. And also shout out to my dad. He was a crucial part in that week 11 video. So I just wanted to feature him because he mentioned a couple things about betting. So he does a lot of betting with his friends. So he doesn't bet too much. He just bets he doesn't bet too much. So, shout out to him for, being a part of the video and, just having a good discussion about Week 11. Now it's just me. Anyways, I'm going with the Saints. They'll be 6-5. The Falcons, they will be 4-7. Yeah, 4-7. The Los Angeles Rams take on the Arizona Cardinals. I am going with the Rams. They hit a pretty good win against Seattle. And the Cardinals, they just lost to the Texans. They're 2-9. They're also probably going to be eliminated this weekend if they lose. They'll be 2-10. The Rams are currently 4-6, but this will put them at 5-6. And the Cardinals, they will be 2-10 here. The Rams, Matthew Stafford's back, but at what cost? It's not looking good in Ramland. I don't think they've looked good ever since they won the Super Bowl. Ever since they won that Super Bowl, it's just gone downhill. The Cleveland Browns take on the Denver Broncos. I'm actually going to go with the Browns. The Browns are currently 7-3 and are a game and a half back from the division lead. So if the Ravens lose against the Chargers on Sunday and the Broncos lose to the Browns, I think the Browns take first place in the division, which is crazy to think about because the Browns have never won a division title since 1989. And yes, you can bitch and moan about how Taylor Swift is, I don't care. I don't care about the Taylor Swift Travis Kelce thing. I mean, it's great that they're together. It's great that they're, dating, but cool. Just let him play football. To be fair, every time Taylor Swift isn't in attendance, Travis Kelsey's catch rate definitely diminishes. I think she gives him the confidence to play good, but that's what Travis Kelsey has been he's a great tight end. I'll give him that. Anyways, I spewed off about whatever back there, but I'm going to go with the Browns. They'll be 8-3, and the Broncos, they will be their win streak will come to an end. I think that defense is gonna, torment Russell Wilson, especially with that O-line. All the Browns have to do is run blitz, and then the Russell Wilson will be sacked. That's literally just how bad that line is. I'm not exaggerating either. But I am going with the Browns. They'll be 8-3. The Broncos, they will be 5-6. The Buffalo Bills take on the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm actually going with Philly because Kansas City neglected to beat them on Monday. Kansas City neglected to beat them on Monday, and it wasn't good. And I'm not mad about it now, but I think the Bills are going to lose this game. That would put them at 6-6. I would have expected them to be like 8-4 at this point. There were a couple games I thought they should have won, like that Week 1 game against the Jets. That was one they should have won. They shouldn't have let Deshaun Gibson or Xavier Gibson, the rookie, go off with the game-winning touchdown. But I'm gonna pick the Philadelphia Eagles. They'll be 10-1, and the Bills, they'll be 6-6. So only 8 teams left to have a bye week. So one of them is the Bills. And then one of them here is the Raiders, who have the same bye week as the Bills. So 6 teams have bye week next week. So there's only 13 games. Anyways, the Kansas City Chiefs take on the Las Vegas Raiders. I am picking the Chiefs over the Raiders here. Obviously, because they're my team. And, I think that we can beat the Raiders easily. Although the Chiefs, lost to Philadelphia, I kind of expected that. But, we need to get new wide receivers. I mean, we need like a new approach to how we handle our wide receivers. We're professional. They're professional wide receivers. They need to catch the ball. 26 drops isn't okay. In 11 games, in 10 games, in 26 drops, at 2.6 drops a game. I just can't wrap my head around it. 3 of those drops were by Kadarius Toney in Week 1. We need to get our shit together. I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm picking the Chiefs over the Raiders. Will be 8-3. The Raiders will be 5-7. Sunday night we have the Baltimore Ravens take on the Los Angeles Chargers. I am going with the Ravens. If the Ravens lose to the Chargers and the Browns beat the Broncos, then they'll have number 1 in the AFC North. But I think the Ravens will probably win the AFC North this year. The Bengals are really, they're done. I think they're done. And as for the Ravens, I think they'll win the division. They'll be 9-3. They'll be 9-3. And the Chargers, they will be 4-7. Just not looking good in Charger land. I don't think the Chargers win their next 6 games, so they go 10-7 and make the playoffs. I don't see that happening at all, because one of those games is against the Chiefs. So, but I am going with the Ravens over the Chargers. And then Monday night, we have the Chicago Bears taking on the Minnesota Vikings. I'm actually going with the Vikings. The Bears kind of sucked. The Vikings, sucked even more against Denver. But I think this will be a pretty winnable game for the Vikings. I think these two teams met on Monday Night Football once before in 2021. It was when Justin Fields was a rookie, and he was thrown to the fire, and the Bears, didn't utilize him, and they went like 4-13 that year, and they fired Matt Nagy. No, I think they went 6-11 because I remember them going like 6-11 that year. So, but I am going with the Vikings over the Bears here. They will be 7-5, and the Bears, they will be 3-9. So that's it for Week 12. We'll see you guys next week when we cover Week 13 and Week 12 Aftermath. We'll see you guys then. Happy Thanksgiving.